What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Don Illuminati, back with another video. So it's about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I decided to go ahead and grab the e-bike, go ahead and hit this road up, right? Go ahead and push the button and chat with Israelites for a second, man. So what I've realized is most Israelites, right, men and women, a lot of people out here, they're actually very ignorant to the devices that Satan got going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Check me out, man. We on the road right now. You feel me? This is how we doing it right now. Feel me? Taking a scenic route. But yeah, man. I feel like there's a lot of hard-headed people, especially Israelites, that literally don't want to understand what's going on around them. And we've been out here, we've been giving the warnings, we've been talking about it, bringing up the situations and circumstances. We've been notifying the people, what the antics look like. And it just seems to me that most Israelites are hard-headed. They don't want to hear it, they don't want to listen, they don't want to believe until that shit is coming up their alley. Got them all jacked up at the end of the day. And then they want to come back around listening. You feel me? And at that point, it's like, well, we already done said enough. You feel me? You just gonna have to play the catch-up game at this point. We ain't got time for all the, I'm sorries and all that and this, that, and the third. Nah, because, judgment is now taking place on them. And they feel like they could come and, clean up their mess of everything that they did with us. And all of a sudden, it's just supposed to be good for them. I don't see it happening that way. They're going to have to suffer through the judgment that the Most High is going to put on their ass. You feel me? And there's literally nothing that we can do about it. So whether they sorry or not, whether you sorry or not, you already been told. You've been told. You've been told by the, the horn blower, the trumpet blowers. Y'all thought we was just out here just, wasting our breath for fun, for the hell of it. You think any of us want to be looked at like a fool? We was trying to give you guys warning so, you can get out of the way, right? Get out of the way for the destruction. But they couldn't figure they can't do that. They always had to make it some kind of competition, or you wanted to make us feel like we thought we was better than y'all, or whatever the situation was, bro. That's, what I'm saying? And now at the end of the day, they sitting in back, pain and misery, suffering all by themselves. And it ain't a damn thing we could do about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because, they wanted to be ignorant to the devices that was being used against, the people of God, man. They didn't want to realize that they was one of us. We tried to tell them, you guys, you pretty much fit the description. So, anything that's possible and liable to happen to us can also happen to you. You feel me? But they wasn't trying to hear that because they was big and bad. You got a lot of the, the Israelite women that be on their high horse and all that other shit. A lot of these people, they feel like they can't be touched. They feel like they're untouchable. And I don't really know where they get that from, but, a hard head and make a soft ass at the end of the day, man. And, the prophets of the Most High be sitting right there to let you know, look, man, we done told you. We warned you guys about these things. You decided all on your own that, you never wanted to pay attention to, the messages that was being put forth. They didn't want to pay attention to the messages that was being put forth. So, the Lord sprung forth judgment on their asses, man. And it ain't nothing that they could do about it. It's nothing that I want to do about it. So we're going to get out here. We're going to keep blowing the horn. We're going to push the button and make sure that, even at where we at right now, that they got a better understanding of how these judgments is going to take place, who is falling upon and all that. So let me get out of this road real quick. I am in the road riding, but yeah, man, what I'm noticing is the soft ass season is here. You feel me? And it don't feel too good. I understand. I get it. I get it. But I mean, what else can you expect when you already been warned? It's almost like somebody telling you that the bridge is out. You got many people waving you down, trying to jump in the road. They trying to stop you. Dude, where are you going? You heading the wrong way. The bridge is out. This used to be the way to go. You used to be clear crossing this type of ish. But now we see that, you know, there's destruction ahead. And a lot of people are, you know, they're not trying to pay attention, you know, to the signs, you know. So that's on them ultimately at the end of the day, bro. At the end of the day, it's on them, you know. You got to kind of like live this life at your own risk. And if you can't see what it is that the Most High is calling you for, or what it is that he wants you to do, you know, get out of the way of his destruction, man. You know, because we're dealing with a lot of evil in society right now. It's just pure wicked, man. A lot of wicked activity going on, dog. And you can't get around it. A lot of people have been blind to it so much that they pretty much engage in the wicked, and they it's almost like they feel comfortable with it. You feel me? And there's no place of comfort in wickedness, okay? Because even if it looks like it at the end of the day, you know, the storm is finna roll up on your ass soon. And you're gonna have a great burden to bear with that. And it's not gonna look good, man. It's gonna be a horrible nightmare for a lot of people. And we'll be sitting back, and just our messages alone is gonna be the reports of I told you so. You feel me? We ain't necessarily gotta tell you that. So what is it that they doing that's wrong? You know what I'm saying? You know, to be ignorant is to be like a dead man nowadays. You feel me? Like, if you ever grew up in the hood, you should know you can't be ignorant to your surroundings. You got to know your environment at all times. You can't just sit there and act like you could just ignore some shit that's going on when there's chaos taking place. You understand what I'm saying? If a fight broke out and you know that most of the time mugs start shooting in that area, you know, you can't just be sitting there all oblivious like you don't need to keep your head on the swivel. Because when them shots start ringing out, it don't matter who the target is. A bullet can have anybody's name on it. If you ain't ready, or you're not where you supposed to be. If you got yourself always in the midst of destruction or in the line of fire, I mean, what's to say that you don't get hit, bro? What's to say that they don't get hit because they don't want to take the warning? You know, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be sad for a lot of people because we told them how to move. We told them what to look out for. You know, they thought it was in their best interest to make themselves look good and do this, that, and the third. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the enemy's watching that and he's trying to take you out, man. And we trying to make sure that that didn't happen to him. You feel me? So the Most High had to put something on us to cover our hearts, man, because we had to brace for the impact of the destruction that's going to happen to, you know, the people that we love, our loved ones and so forth and so on. You know? And it's just, at the end of the day, it's a real sad thing, man. And I just aware you people, you know. And even sometimes I got to tell my sons too, you know, because it's just the same thing. Like when you're raising kids, you know, you gotta set out the boundaries, the guidelines, and that way that they could be safe. It's the same thing that we're gonna do, you know, for the people of the Most High, or for, you know, the children of Israel. Why? Because judgment is coming soon. You know, whether you believe it or not, you know, whether you care, you know, to serve the Most High, it doesn't matter about none of those things. At the end of the day, you've been warned. You feel me? And now society's turning up, and everybody wants to start, you know, just imagining, you know, how much trouble they could be in. Now they want to turn around and start doing nice things for you. Now they want to act like they got their head on their shoulders a little bit together, but pretty much not all the way. So they're pretty much lost and left behind when it comes to information and stuff like that, man. And we're going to be the ones that's going to have to provide that information for them. because they ain't gonna be able to see it, bro. If they couldn't see it before, they ain't gonna be able to see it now. You know what I'm saying? So literally, we got the eyes to see, the ears to hear, the mouth to speak, you know, and to blow the trumpets on the Lord's judgment, man, because we know when the time is time, the time is gonna be, it's gonna ring like a doorbell for us. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like a strong alarm that's gonna go off, and that's gonna cause us to ring the alarm for a lot of people. And I just see it sad, man. I see it's a sad thing because it's true ignorance in the air. And it's a lot of people that still are very, very well ignorant, you know, to the devices, you know, that we try to warn them about, the satanic devices. And they may be starting to see it a little bit now, but, you know, when we were trying to tell them at first, they looking at us like, oh, you're so negative and, you know, you must be crazy and all this, that, and the third. You know, y'all got to stop doing that shit. Sometimes when people is giving y'all a warning about something, it's not that they're crazy. Some people have a passion to warn people, you know, to get them out of harm's way. You know, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that at all, bro. You know, trying to warn people about destruction. You feel me? Like, at the end of the day, a person's going to be a person. If you're genuinely a humane person, if you see somebody about to ride off the edge, you're going to warn them, right? Hey, man, I'll tell you, it's a pothole up ahead if I see you on a motorcycle. And I already hit the pothole. So what? I might be in the car, but I reckon you're on a motorcycle. I'm going to assume you're going to get more trashed in this situation than I would. If the Lord prepared me to come through here with 4 wheels and you got 2, with no airbags and none of that. So, you feel me? I can only imagine, you know, how the impact is going to be on individuals who pretty much ain't safe, man, at the end of the day. And it's all because, you know, a lot of times people don't want to pay attention. They don't want to pay attention to the signs because they always feel like it's somebody that's trying to give them rules or whatnot. And it's not about that, man. Sometimes it's like you need to see the person that's ahead. You need to see the person that's ahead in the lead because of the fact they already know what's to come. It's not that we trying to be better than you. We like, dude, I'm up here, you're back there, you haven't got to this part yet. You didn't see this pothole yet, but you want to ignore me and you finna crash as soon as you hit the pothole, doc. And am I supposed to look back and pity for that person? Hell no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna waste my time, you know, mourning for people that we already cried out loud. We already cried out loud. We'd already done spared not. And then it came to a point in time where these people was gonna have to spare themselves, man. And whether they did or they didn't, you know, that's on them at the end of the day, dog. Because the Most High chose out his select few to keep that shit real with you, bro. You feel me? He did. He selected chosen few to keep that shit real. I'm definitely one of them niggas. It's your boy Don Illuminati, man, you know. I've definitely been doing this shit for a very long time, bro. Over 20 years, I've been hitting the button, dog. With music, albums, videos, all that. Out there, street preach. I did it all, bro. I did it all by myself. I was never in a gang. Never was with a real church. Never was in a camp. Never was with none of that ish, bro. I am a dolo ride. I'm doing this to the day I'm done, my nigga. All right? Because we at the end of the day anyway. So, you know what I mean? Like, what else? What else should I do? You feel me? Like, you feel me? The Most High been comforting me. He been pointing me out a lot of things. And I see the way a lot of people take towards, you know, some of my messages. You know, because sometimes it can have the tendency to get real deep, you know, when the spirit is moving. When the spirit moves through his, I mean, it is what it is, bro. That's what it's going to do at the end of the day. It's going to do that. It's going to definitely move. It's going to shift people into positions of where they're supposed to be. It's going to continue to manifest and create the spirit amongst the individual themselves, the vessel that the Most High using, and any of the vessels that's around, like a near them, stuff like that, right? Yeah, man, I'm getting a good exercise on this bike, man. It's riding around the parking lot about 5 o'clock in the morning, bro. It's like, this is the best shit ever, bro. And I feel like it's just different. It's just different than me being cooped up in the studio, or I feel a different vibe when I come outside and I'm riding and I'm just doing my thing or whatever. Um, I feel more at peace. I don't feel so caged. You feel me? Because when I feel like I'm in that cage, I feel like I still got a need to bust out or something, and I'm going crazy, right? But nah, man, that's what it's got to be though. Sometimes you gotta have fun doing this, man. You definitely gotta have fun doing it, because if not, I mean, what is you really doing it for? You're not doing it because it hurts you. You're supposed to be doing it because it's helping people, and you know that it's helping people. You should always love to help people. So real men of the Most High, we don't never give up on this shit, man. We keep doing what we do, dog, because we out here, dog. And especially when you the type of person that know how to think outside the box. When you think outside the box a lot, you have the ability to exercise that thought and, create and manifest other things that's going to help other people. So when your cup is pouring over, other people, they can fill their cup up. So that's the same thing when it comes to knowledge. That's why I continue to keep myself edified. It's not that I'm doing this all alone by myself, because I'm really not. All the people and the vessels that the Most High have been using, and His chosen ones, I search for that edification as well, because the Spirit is always moving, it's always guiding, and it'll lead us right into whatever it is that He wants us to see. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't deny it, bruh. It's gonna be there, my nigga. It's gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just a good thought to think about. That there's always room for manifestation. It is, man. I'm gonna need to get me one of those, like when I'm riding joint, so I can just sit it there, bro. And I want to be able to just sit my joint right here. You feel me? But yeah, we outside, bro. We outside, early AM. This is one of my first. Mornings riding. Just riding out, man. Riding out, and doing the video and everything. So it's pretty cool to do this. I'm getting a lot of air, it's a lot of wind. It's feeling really nice, man. I love the breeze. So even on a hot day, like when it get summertime and everything, I'm gonna get my outside time starting like 4:30, 5 a.m. I want to be outside before the sun crack. You know what I'm saying? I want to be up before the sun get up. That way I already know that I done got my time outside already before it get too hot. Just in case I want to do the videos and all that. Yeah, man, swing by a park or something, by a lake, and just sit down sometimes, man, and commune with the people. Feel me? Cause shit about to start getting real hectic, bro, and we're gonna need time, space, and energy to get this shit done. You feel me? Because it ain't over yet. It ain't over yet, and until it is, we just gotta keep getting up here. We gotta keep hitting that button, right? We gotta definitely do that, bro. We definitely gotta hit the button every day, because if not, we just sitting there stagnant, and I don't really think that's the way that the Most High be wanting us to move right now. I'm pretty good with just getting on here and just letting it rock, because, mind you, if you wanted me to spit some bars right now off the top, I could do that too, make all this shit rhyme, nigga. I'm one of them. I can do that shit for 20 years, so it's gonna be hard shutting me the hell up. Just keep it at 1,000 with you, dog. You feel me? It's definitely gonna be hard to shut me up, especially when the signs of the times is exciting enough, to put that energy in your back. If that shit go down, nigga, there's like a universal recharge. You know how you got those pads or whatever, that you just sit the battery on top of it and it just charges it without you plugging it up? That's what it's like to be working universally. You know what I mean? You gotta have that universal energy, bro. Like, with that shit, you never run out, bro. You never run out. And you always got the ability to make something move, shake. That's what we supposed to do, bro. We're supposed to be movers and shakers, man. Movers and shakers of the community. And that's what I kind of been doing out here. You know, I'm out here getting a little exercise this morning too. So this shit is pretty cool, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep riding because this e-bike got a lot of battery. I think this e-bike could outlast me. You know what I mean? It could as far as the messages go. But it all depends on, you know, the spirit of the Most High put on my heart, man, to get across to the people. And it's just something that I need people to see. You feel me? It's a good day. Look at this shit. It's awesome. There's literally nobody outside right now. You feel me? It's my neighborhood right there. I done came from up out of there. And now we doing this, you feel me? On the road, you know? It's just fucking beautiful, man. Come on, dog. It don't get no better than that. You tell me, does it get better than that? Huh? You know, being able to have the gift of life, the gift of free will and freedom to just come outside, man. Everybody's in the house right now. They don't have to be in the house. People could be sleeping on their porch if they want to. Why should you be in fear of anything? You know? Sometimes, lately, I've been coming outside and I've been eating breakfast on my porch. Now, who says I gotta eat inside? I actually live by myself, so I'm not trying to be confided no more to a society where they tell you gotta move a certain way. You know, and then the moment you wake up, you realize I'm in a prison, locked behind four walls, doing everything by myself. You know, you don't have to stay inside. You can come outside, you can go places, you can enjoy things. You say, oh, well, it's hot and I didn't get a chance to enjoy it outside today. Well, you could have came out early. You could have got up early in the morning and come out here when it's beautiful. When it's like 69, 70 degrees. Today it might hit 90, I don't know. But I don't care because I already know, you know, I had the free will to get up and go enjoy it when the time was right. And because I did that, the rest of my day is gonna be good, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And I have to do this every day, bro. So I really want to call this something like, you know, like me riding with the e-bike. Let's call it like an e-bike ride. Like e-bike ride or something, you feel me? And I want to try to exercise doing this every morning because also it's good exercise. Exercise in the body, the mind, the spirit. And you know, just the messages, they just grow and grow more and more, you know. So I want to make sure I keep, you know, putting that out there to the community. You know, you see what I see sometimes. It's not good to keep telling people, you know, everything you're doing and stuff like that. Even you gotta move in silence right now, especially if you're one of the ones that's being blessed by the Most High, right? I had to tell my son this the other day. You don't tell people too much, you know. You can't tell people nothing anymore. Almost nobody. You feel me? You know, and I know sometimes you feel good because you want to be blessed and you've been waiting around for it, and you think that there's other people that want to see you where you want to see yourself, but you have no idea how many people in the background is waiting to see your downfall, bro. And you won't find that out until, per se, the Lord blesses you with something, and then you got mad haters coming out the woodworks. You kind of really do want to see who they are, but yeah, you really do want to see who they are because you don't really want snakes. You don't really want snakes in your garden unless you can see them, right? I mean, if anything, you don't want snakes in your garden at all. But if there were snakes in your garden, you know, would you prefer to see them or not? You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much all I'm saying when it comes to that, because, you know, you're not always going to know who's next to you that's siding with the enemy. You know, playing the advocate, Satan, the devil, you know? And this is why the Bible told you to test the spirits, man. Because Also, you got to test the spirits, because the devil's like a roaring lion seeking who he may devour. And if you ain't careful, he might stab you in the back when you thought you was good around quote unquote loved ones and friends and associates and even all this shit, man. You'll get it fucked up at the end of the day if you ain't paying attention either. So in order to stay on your grind and to keep, yourself at peace, for even the men of the Most High, man, you got to be aware. Keeping your head on the swivel is going to be a very important thing that you're going to have to do as well. Give me a second. Ooh, that got a little twisty, dog. Now I got to do this with one hand, so you feel me? It's gonna be more comfortable when I get my little phone holder or whatever. But we ride 25 minutes. I only use 8% of my e-bike. That's crazy, right? It's crazy. 25 minutes, 8%. It just went up to 93, so I only use 7%. It's crazy, dog. I'm like, we could do this all day, but all right, back on the road. All right. I just think it feels good to just get out here and enjoy the weather, man. This is one of the most beautiful times of the day. The morning. It's the most quiet. It's the most peaceful. You hear the birds chirping. You hear that? The skies look beautiful. And the sun ain't out. It ain't even all hot yet. Ain't nothing bright. It ain't even that bright. But I'm up. And I think of it like me. Like, let me get up. Let me get up. I'm the sun. I get up and shine my light every day. If I come out here and I'm already shining the light per se, I'm pretty much acting as a sun. You feel me? Sometimes the sun don't come out every day, and that's okay though. But sometimes you're gonna have them rainy days. So even with that being said, right, even the sun needs to take a break, take a rest, right? So don't push yourself too hard, and don't be too hard on yourself when you feel like you can't keep moving consistent, because the rest part is also part of the consistency. You need the rest to keep going. And that's all I'm saying, And I found out exactly how important that actually is. The rest part. Just like when you're in the gym and you got to take off those couple days for your muscles to grow. Other than that, if you keep returning to the same thing over and over and over, you just get weaker and weaker and weaker. It's just not that you're getting weak. You're using the strength that you have. It's the difference. It's not really that you're getting weak. It's that you're utilizing the strength that you have. And I'm thinking I'm about to go hit this trail up because there's no people on this joint right now. Let's see what that's like. Right, we're gonna hit this trail up real quick. Because I really like this trail a lot. But a lot of times when I come down here, it's a lot of people walking and stuff. And sometimes I guess I irritate, them because, they want to walk in peace. And they ain't got time to be having to look back, wondering if they're going to get hit by somebody on an e-bike or a bike or whatever. So I'm about to make this little cut right here. And let's ride through this trail one good time. Now, this part is known to be a really good races. Back in the day they said it was anyway, but does this mean I gotta catch every spider web for the day before anybody else? Probably so, but whatever, we don't care, bro. We in the woods. We're not afraid of no Jason, nigga. I'm Jason today. You hear me? If somebody pop out here, they just gonna get popped straight up. I don't care if it's a wolf, a bear, a deer, or a dickhead. I'm saying? I'm gonna smoke on them, jokers. But anyway, we ain't thinking like that, bro. We in peace right now. You feel me? These are old, them houses where the slaves used to be, right? And the slave masters and all that. I don't really like that part of this situation. But look, man, it's a nice park, man. It's down the street from my crib. And I just be enjoying the trail. Look, I'm here, right? Come through here. I mean, this joint is really sick, bro. And when I turn this camera off, I'm gonna spin through here a couple more times and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna really get it, bro. So I'm gonna tell you like this: if there is somebody walking on this joint, you wasn't supposed to be here this morning. The park is closed. But nah, man, it's all good. But yeah, man, I wanted to really emphasize on the staying silent part and making sure a lot of people don't know your business and the way you're moving right now, because there's a lot of jealousy in the air, a lot of hate, a lot of envy, and people are really committed to doing some really, really wicked things right now, right? And if you're balanced enough, you can protect yourself, because you have to first come off as peace. You're gonna have to protect yourself with the shield of peace, you know? And that's the only way that you're actually gonna be honorable to the Lord. I'm gonna have to stay out of that trail because it's kind of dark back there right now. It's always dark in there, but trying to do videos going through there probably ain't gonna be too well. Even when the sun is out, I promise you. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to hit back on the road or whatever, so I could finish this little new e-bike ride and talk movement I'm doing right now, because it honestly feels good. It's gonna feel even better when I get this camera down. I can put two hands on my joint and just relax. Now I'm about to go ride to the Starbucks, go get me a coffee, you feel me? 31 minutes. 31 minutes, and we got 91% still on the e-bike. So I only use 9%. That's awesome. So if you did that, that would be like 270 minutes I could actually run it. If I keep this on power level 2, dude, I don't even know how many miles I went. I went 6 miles. I went 6 miles in 31 minutes, power level 2, and I only used 10%. So literally at this rate, I could do 60 miles on this e-bike, bro. Woo! You know how long that's 270 minutes. Like I said, that's like like 4 hours, bro. That's what I said. This e-bike probably gonna last the hell out of me. Trying to look, it just went back up to 91%. So okay, whatever. This joint got some universal energy too. That's what it is, bro. We gotta get it, man. You know what I mean? We gotta make sure, we stay chucking. And maybe the bike is feeling the spirit of God and it's feeling the energy. So they want to do more. That's just how I want to do, When I see other people doing what they doing, or when I'm doing what I'm doing, it just, the more you do, the more you want to do. And it ain't nothing wrong with that at all, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all, man. About to go ahead and make this left right here. Real quick. Give me 1 second. Like that. Yeah, man, but the silent part is gonna be very important, because a lot of Israelites, like I said, man, they are unaware. And it's like it's something that they choose to be, all on their own. But it's easy to see nowadays, first of all, how people can be distracted, but it's easy to see what's up against us, whether you serve the Most High or you don't. Because at this point, if you're really gonna act like you don't see what's playing against our community, more than likely you're the enemy. More than likely you're the advocate of the devil, and pretty much we just gonna have to get y'all niggas up out of here anyway. Because we really don't care. So, for all the scoffers and trolls that might want to swing by and all that, let me just tell you a good morning, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Sounds oxymoronic, but the birds of a feather flock together, and that belongs in your brain, son. Okay? Especially if you ever come over here to hate on anything it is that I'm doing. I don't get up to go hate on people. I try to get up, make sure I could do something positive to stay strong, be mentally capable, because the world's going to be a challenge anyway. It's always going to be a challenge. I just saw 4 people just roll by. It's too early. They all got attitudes. Like, for what? For what? For what? Because you see a brother out here doing this thing. Nah, you shouldn't have an attitude about that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see me and I'm out here having myself a positive community, spreading a positive word, you can't have an attitude with that. How the fuck can you have an attitude with that? You feel me? That's how you know these fucking people got evil in their heart, bro. And I'm really sick of this shit, my nigga. You feel me? Listen, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, bro. I'm just showing. The only reason why I'm still going and Muggs ain't really bugged the hell out yet because I'm showing the Most High how much composure I can have. But he gonna let the leash off of me, my nigga. It's off. It's off. You understand? I'm telling you, it's off. Yeah, he told me. But at the same time, just because he let it off, he had me on it for a while because of the fact it was training. So now you let it off. Imagine you just get a dog and it's brand new. You're gonna put him on a leash because you don't trust him, right? And burn weight, right? All right. But after he's pretty trained, you can start walking your dog without the leash because the dog know already. So you feel me? So I'm letting you know right now, I ain't on no fucking leash. So if you simpletons act the fuck up out here, you a dead nigga. I'm just keeping it 1,000, bro. Yo, take it from Don Illuminati. I don't know how easy and how light the other prophets want to give it to y'all. But if it comes down to what I gotta warn you about, I really do you niggas in. I'm just keeping it 1,000, bro. You understand? I'm just saying, bro, and it ain't no play. This ain't no play. This ain't wrestling. This ain't just trying to rough you up type shit. You understand? I'm gonna get you up out of there. I know that sick ass demonic spirit that y'all is rolling around here with, it's nothing that I can play with. Hey, listen, we can't play with that, man. It's too dangerous for us, bro. Nigga, I'm from the hood, bro. I was already raised like this before this shit got like this. So what you think I'm gonna do, bro? You understand? I'm gonna say you under stupid, my nigga. You feel me? Keep it 1,000 with you, man. You know? Keep it 1,000 with you. I can't believe I'm on 91% right now. And I can feel myself tuning up to the morning. I really want to see if there's somewhere I can go at and just sit down for a second. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go take a little seat over here, turn this e-bike off so I can it's not as comfortable riding with yeah, I'm gonna take a little break real quick. Give me a sec. It's not that comfortable riding with one hand and trying to do a video. So yeah, I'm gonna take my little break real quick. I'm gonna hop back on there. I'm gonna just finish this video up and everything. But yeah, man, we gotta stay prepared because at this point in time, anything can happen. Yeah, I'm in a whole nother joint right now, whole nother shopping center. My dude, I'm surrounded by shopping centers. I love it around here, man. I don't even need a car. I didn't even need an e-bike. I could just use a regular bike, or I could actually walk to, like, literally behind my crib, got everything. Lowe's, Bob Evans, KFC, Taco Bell, Popeyes, Walmart, Dollar Tree, Domino's, GameStop. Nigga, it's like literally my neighborhood is connected to that type of ish. So it's like it belonged to us. That's what it feel like. That's why my neighborhood is so popular. And you know, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world right now. This is where the Most High chose He want me to be at. And I just got to thank the Lord, man. I love everything that He did for me, everything that He's been doing. And like I said, man, I love my life. I do. So, you know, everything ain't always all good, but, you know, I find many moments of happiness. Plenty. Like, if there's ever a day that I ain't really feeling up to par, I mean, then don't do whatever it is you thought you was going to do. Go do something else. Go to the lake. Go to the park. Go chill out. Go do something, right? Right. All right. And do what you want to do. Thank God that He has been fortunate enough to, you know, not really have to work like that. Not really have to work a job. And, you know, I'm just noticing it's been years since I've actually really actually had to go to work. And you may say, and somebody say, well, then how do you sustain yourself? I don't. I don't, and I don't want to have to keep saying it. I don't sustain myself. The Most High does. Okay? This is why he said, live for today, man. Stop worrying about tomorrow, bro. Once you do that, then you rich. You just don't understand. You're not going to see it unless you do it, bro. And I've been doing this for years, cuz. Like, for a very long time, all right? And I've been understood. Nigga, everything that's been done for me, I couldn't have done it, man. How the hell you do this? There's no way. It's impossible for you to do it on your own. So when it says, I can do all things through Christ, man, I can do all things with Christ. Why? Because Christ is going to do everything for me, man. Everything that need to be done. I don't have to do anything. I don't. All I got to do is live for him, be obedient, serve the mission, you know, and stay on call. And keep being obedient, man. That's the most important thing that I can, you know, think to tell you to do. Because at the end of the day, that obedience is the same thing that's going to save your life, man. I know I got the little Bart Simpson going on right now, you feel me? But, you know, hey, man, I got to retwist these up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get myself looking pretty straight and decent. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to kick it with y'all for a little bit this morning or whatever. You see the nice little e-bike I got? You see that big ass speaker I got on that joint, boy? You can't tell me I don't be knocking, son. Check this out. You can't tell me I don't be knocking, bruh. You can't tell me I don't be knocking, bruh. Look at that. My back be like, boom, boom, boom. I be coming down your block. Niggas be thinking somebody got a thumper in the car coming. Nah, that's the nigga on the e-bike. Yeah, I seen that nigga. That nigga be everywhere. That nigga, you know what I mean? Cops see me, all that, bro. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. If you see me out here, you know what I do. You know I'm in a peaceful mode, and I told you don't break my peace. That's an order. That's an order for everybody, every demon, any minute. I don't give a damn who you is. It's an order. Don't break my peace. Okay? So if you want to try to jam me up in my day to get some of my time, make sure it's respectful, and make sure you're respectful with my time as well. I'm gonna roll right over your damn toes. Because you might feel a little disrespected by me. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you, all right? Because I told you, I'm not that nice of a person. I'm a very beautiful person, and I can do some nice things, great things. But don't expect me to be nice, okay? Especially if you think you're treading lightly because you're trying to inch your way to something, okay? So I know all about that activity, dog. I used to rob niggas, all right? All right, but we're going to keep that shit simple, man. We ain't going to go too far with that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Till next time, man, it's your boy, Don Illuminati. Love y'all. Peace.